Welcome back to the channel Lift On.
Noir Interior Design, the power of black elegance. The world where elegance meets intensity, and black becomes not just a color but a philosophy. Whether you're an art lover, a minimalist, a maximalist, or someone who simply craves depth and sophistication in your home, Noir Interior Design, this is for you. Stay with us until the end, where we'll guide you step by step through creating your own Noir Paradise. Before we jump in, please press like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. This helps YouTube share our content with more people. And if you'd like to support the channel more, please use super thanks. Every bit of support means the world to us and helps us keep making great content for you. What is Noir Interior Design? It is a bold, immersive approach to interiors where black isn't just an accent, it's the main character. It plays with shadow, texture, reflection, and mood. This style embraces black in its many shades: matte, gloss, stone, velvet, glass, wood, silk. Every material contributes to the story. You can find noir expressed in many forms, from industrial lofts and Japanese-inspired retreats, to luxurious Parisian salons, futuristic kitchens, and even minimalist patios. We've crafted and curated this style across every room: bedrooms, kitchens, walk-in wardrobes, terraces, all in a stunning noir palette. And no, it's not gloomy. It's magnetic. brief history of noir interiors. The roots of noir design trace back to the Art Deco and Bauhaus eras, when black began to be used as a symbol of modernity and status. It was refined again during Hollywood's golden age, where cinematic shadows and luxury set the tone. Later, black evolved in the worlds of fashion, architecture, and contemporary art, always representing sophistication, confidence, and drama. Today, noir interiors are having a resurgence, not as a trend, but as a design identity. It's bold. It's timeless. And surprisingly, it's very livable. Why should you choose noir? Because noir is not just about color, it's about presence. It brings weight, stillness, and intention into a space. More than a visual choice, noir becomes an emotional anchor, a backdrop that holds the room together with quiet confidence. In a world full of fleeting design trends, noir offers something enduring, a sanctuary of clarity, contrast, and character. It strips away the noise, allowing form, material, and mood to take center stage. And despite its depth, noir is remarkably versatile. It harmonizes effortlessly with natural textures like wood and stone, refined materials like metal and glass, and elevates art and lighting in a way no other palette can. Benefits of living with noir. Before we go into the core principles of designing your noir paradise, let's talk about the real-life benefits this style brings into your home. Timeless elegance. Black doesn't rely on passing trends because it's rooted in visual stability. It has always been associated with sophistication in design, from ancient architecture to modern couture. In the home, this translates into interiors that don't look outdated after a few seasons. Black forms a neutral yet powerful base, making the entire space feel curated, even with minimal effort. That's why a noir home continues to feel relevant and refined for decades. Depth and dimension. Black enhances perception of space by introducing natural contrast, which helps the eye distinguish layers more clearly. In rooms with limited architectural detail, dark tones give a sense of shape, creating a feeling of three-dimensionality. This depth is what makes even flat surfaces or simple furniture appear sculptural. The result is a space that feels richer, more immersive, and visually organized, especially important in open-plan or minimalist homes. Enhanced art and objects. In a black-dominated space, the surrounding darkness allows objects and artworks to visually pop without distraction. It's the same principle used in galleries. Dark backgrounds isolate and elevate the subject. Even neutral-toned pieces become more striking, as black increases perceived contrast. This gives more value to your existing decor, making everything feel intentional and museum-worthy, without needing an extensive art collection. Serene atmosphere. Black absorbs excess light and visual stimuli, which calms the nervous system. In contrast to bright or overly decorated interiors that demand attention, more spaces reduce sensory overload. This makes them feel grounded, protective, and private, like a retreat from the outside world. It's particularly beneficial for those who work in fast-paced environments or spend a lot of time online, as it offers a daily visual exhale. Versatile mood setting. Black has a unique ability to shift emotional tone depending on material and lighting. This means one palette can support many atmospheres: warm and romantic, cool and architectural, minimalist or dramatic, just by changing finishes or accents. That flexibility allows you to evolve the mood of your home without rebuilding the foundation. It becomes a timeless stage for expression that adapts to how you live, grow, or feel over time. Which of these benefits resonates most with your lifestyle? Share your thoughts in the comments. The core principles of Noir Interior Design. Now let's walk through the core principles that help you build your own Noir Paradise. These are the foundations, and each one is essential to creating that unforgettable noir atmosphere. Monochrome depth over flat black. Noir design is not about using just one shade of black, it's about building depth through layers of similar tones. Think graphite, charcoal, obsidian, and onyx. These variations help create movement in the space, allowing light to interact with different textures and surfaces. When everything is the same flat black, the room can feel heavy or lifeless. But when you blend matte with gloss, soft with structured, you add richness that keeps the eye engaged. A monochrome palette becomes much more powerful when it plays with range and restraint. Texture is your primary tool. In the absence of color, texture becomes your strongest design element. Velvet, linen, plaster, leather, glass, stone, they all reflect light differently, which brings the space to life. For example, a matte black wall paired with a silk curtain and a rough slate floor creates contrast that's tactile and elegant. These layered surfaces invite touch, not just sight, which makes the space feel more human and lived in. Without texture, noir can turn cold or corporate. With it, it becomes dramatic, cozy, and full of character. Light is the sculptor of noir. Lighting shapes the experience of every noir interior. Because black absorbs light, every light source becomes more focused and more dramatic. Use ambient lighting for softness, accent lighting to highlight features, and a statement chandelier to elevate the room's vertical space. The shadows created in a black interior are just as important as the illuminated areas. They add mystery and elegance. Think of light as your brush and the black room as your canvas. The way you light it will define the emotion of the space. Curated composition over clutter. In noir interiors, every object and surface plays a role. Nothing is accidental. Whether the space is richly layered or minimal and open, balance is always achieved through careful placement. A single chair, table, or artwork can become sculptural when it's given the right context. This doesn't mean every room must be full of negative space, but it should feel intentional, not crowded. When volumes, textures, and forms are composed with care, the space breathes visually, even when it's filled. Noir design isn't about how much you include, but how precisely you arrange it. Thoughtful curation makes the dark palette feel elevated, not overwhelming. Strong forms, simple silhouettes. Noir design favors bold shapes over fussy detail. Furniture should have strong lines and sculptural presence. Clean silhouettes in sofas, tables, and cabinetry help balance the complexity of textures and the richness of the palette. Overly ornate or fragile designs can feel out of place unless used deliberately for contrast. Instead, think about balance. If your table is rounded, let your lighting be angular. These shapes will guide the eye, create rhythm, and keep the room feeling intentional and modern. Art anchors the atmosphere. Dark walls create the perfect backdrop for art, but the artwork must be chosen with care. It can be abstract, classic, textural, or tonal, but it should feel part of the world you're creating, not separate from it. Consider large-scale pieces in blacks, grays, and dark earth tones. Sculptures or wall-mounted objects in metal, ceramic, or charred wood also work beautifully. The artwork should hold visual weight without overwhelming. In noir interiors, art becomes architecture. It gives emotional depth and anchors the space. The ceiling is a canvas. High ceilings are essential in noir spaces because they give darkness room to breathe. But even if your ceilings aren't tall, you can use them creatively. Painting the ceiling in a soft black or deep charcoal adds intimacy and drama. A chandelier, a ceiling mural in dark tones, or even architectural beams can draw the eye upward and make the space feel complete. When ignored, the ceiling can feel like an unfinished element. In noir design, we treat it like the fifth wall, full of potential for art and emotion. Contrast drives clarity. Even in a black-on-black palette, contrast is what makes a room readable. Combine gloss with matte, soft with hard, sheer with solid. A polished stone table on a wool rug, or a glass lamp beside a suede wall, creates contrast that doesn't rely on color. This clarity helps define the function of each area and enhances spatial awareness. It also stops the room from feeling flat or gloomy. In noir, contrast is light's partner. It tells the story without needing words. Intention in every object. In Noir interiors, nothing is random, each object must earn its place. Because the palette is limited, every piece becomes more noticeable. This is why intention is key. Choose furniture, lighting, and decor that reflect your values, your style, or your story. The space should feel curated, not decorated, like an environment that was sculpted, not just furnished. When intention guides your choices, Noir becomes more than a style. It becomes an experience. Nature balances the drama. Bringing natural elements into a noir interior softens its intensity and adds a grounding energy. Black planters with greenery, stone bowls, woven materials, or even dried branches create beautiful dialogue between darkness and life. The natural textures add irregularity and soul. They make the space feel more human, more emotional, and less staged. Even in the most minimal setting, a single organic element can transform the room. Nature doesn't interrupt noir, it completes it. We would like to hear from you. Drop us a comment. Which of these principles would you start with in your home? Noir interior design is more than a style, it's a statement. It tells the world that you value mood, detail, and substance. It's for those who don't chase trends, but curate meaning. By layering black tones, honoring texture, framing your volumes with light, and letting art live in shadow, you create a space that holds you, protects you, inspires you. Whether you're designing a noir kitchen, a bedroom sanctuary, a gallery-style wardrobe, or an evening terrace, you're ready to build your own noir paradise. We're excited to see how you make it your own.
We welcome your feedback in the comments on what you'd like to see on the Lift On channel in the future. If you want to support the channel, please use Super Thanks. Your support means a lot. It helps us continue providing valuable content. Thank you for your generosity. Please press like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to catch up on more videos. See you soon and have a good day.